The Taiping Rebellion was a massive civil war in southern China, led by a radical Christian-inspired movement against the ruling Qing dynasty. It was one of the deadliest conflicts in human history, resulting in an estimated 20 to 30 million deaths, more than World War I. Despite its enormous impact, it remains overshadowed by other historical events in Western narratives. The conflict lasted 14 years, from its outbreak in 1850 until the fall of Taiping-controlled Nanjing, which they had renamed Tianjin Heavenly Capital, in 1864. However, the last rebel forces were not defeated until August 1871. Estimates of the conflict's death toll range between 20 and 30 million people, representing 5 to 10% of China's population at that time. While the Qing ultimately defeated the rebellion, the victory came at a great cost to the state's economic and political viability. The uprising was led by Hong Xiuquan, an ethnic Hakka who had proclaimed himself to be the brother of Jesus Christ. Hong sought the religious conversion of the Han people to his syncretic version of Christianity, as well as the political overthrow of the Qing dynasty and a general transformation of the mechanisms of state. Moreover, rather than supplanting China's ruling class, the Taiping rebels sought to entirely upend the country's social order. The Taiping Heavenly Kingdom, located at Nanjing, managed to seize control of significant portions of southern China. At its peak, the Heavenly Kingdom ruled over a population of nearly 30 million people. For more than a decade, Taiping armies occupied and fought across much of the mid and lower Yangtze Valley, ultimately devolving into civil war. It was the largest war in China since the Ming-Qing transition, involving most of central and southern China. Historians debate whether these developments played a role in the start of the warlord era. The loss of central control after the establishment of the Republic of China in 1912. In modern China, the war is often referred to as the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom movement, due to the fact that the Taiping espoused a doctrine which was both nationalist and communist, and the Taiping represented after moving down the Yangtze River and recapturing the strategic city of Anqing. Zheng's forces besieged Nanjing during May 1862. After 2 more years, on June 1, 1864, Hong Xiuquan died during the siege caused from the consumption of weeds in the palace grounds, as well as suspicions of poison. Nanjing fell barely a month later. It ranks as one of the bloodiest wars in human history, the bloodiest civil war, and the largest conflict of the 19th century, comparable to World War I in terms of deaths. 30 million people fled the conquered regions to foreign settlements or other parts of China. The war was characterized by extreme brutality on both sides. Taiping soldiers carried out widespread massacres of Manchus, the ethnic minority of the ruling imperial house of Azanjura. The 14-year civil war as a whole coincided with internal and external conflicts of the Opium Wars and the future Boxer Rebellion to further weaken the Qing dynasty's grasp on central China. The Taiping Rebellion gave incentive for an initially successful period of reform and self-strengthening, although shadowed by social and religious unrest within the country, exacerbating ethnic disputes and accelerating the rise of provincial power. Meanwhile, the Qing government also engaged in massacres, most notably against the civilian population of Nanjing. Weakened severely by internal conflicts following an attempted coup and the failure of the siege of Beijing, the Taiping rebels were defeated by decentralized provincial armies such as the Xiang Army, organized and commanded by Zheng Gofan. Many Western historians refer to the conflict in general as the Taiping Rebellion. Recently, however, scholars such as Toby Meyer-Fong and Stephen Platt have argued that the term Taiping Rebellion is biased because it insinuates that the Qing government was a legitimate government which was fighting against the illegitimate Taiping rebels. Instead, they argue that the conflict should be called a civil war, popular ideology which was based on either Han nationalism or proto-communist values. The scholar Jian Yuan is among those who refer to the rebellion as the Taiping revolutionary movement on the grounds that it worked towards a complete change in the political and social system, rather than working towards the replacement of one dynasty with another. Other historians, such as Jürgen Osterhammel, term the conflict Taiping Revolution because of the rebels' radical transformational objectives and the social revolution that they initiated. Little is known about how the Taiping referred to the war, but the Taiping often referred to the Qing in general, and the Manchus in particular, as some variant of demons or monsters, representing Hong's proclamation that they were fighting a holy war to rid the world of demons and establish paradise on earth. During the 19th century, the Qing dynasty experienced a series of famines, natural disasters, economic problems, and defeats at the hands of foreign powers. Farmers were heavily overtaxed, rents rose dramatically, and peasants started to desert their lands in droves. The Qing military had recently suffered a disastrous defeat in the First Opium War, while the Chinese economy was severely impacted by a trade imbalance caused by the large-scale and illicit importation of opium. Banditry became common, and numerous secret societies and self-defense units formed, all of which led to an increase in small-scale warfare. Meanwhile, the population of China had nearly doubled between 1766 and 1833, while the amount of cultivated land remained the same. The government, commanded by ethnic Manchus, had become increasingly corrupt and was weak in southern regions where local clans dominated. Anti-Manchu sentiment was strongest in southern China among the Hakka community, a Han Chinese subgroup. Meanwhile, Christian missionaries were active. 22. In 1837, Han Huoxiu, while recovering, Han dreamed of visiting heaven, where he discovered that he possessed a celestial family distinct from his earthly family. His heavenly father lamented that men were worshipping demons rather than himself, and informed Han that his given name violated taboos and had to be changed, suggesting Hong Shuquan, the moniker ultimate. In later embellishments, Han would declare that he also saw Confucius being punished by his celestial father for leading the people astray. In 1843, Han failed the imperial examinations for the fourth and final time. It was only then, prompted by a visit by his cousin, that Han took time to carefully examine Christian pamphlets he had received from a Protestant Christian missionary several years earlier. After reading these pamphlets, Han came to believe that they had given him the key to interpreting his visions. His celestial father was God the Father, whom he identified with Shangdi from Chinese tradition. The elder brother that he had also seen was Jesus Christ, and he had been directed to rid the world of demons, including the corrupt Qing government and Confucian teachings. In 1847, Han went to Guangzhou, where he studied the Bible with Issachar Jacques Roberts, an American Baptist missionary. Roberts refused to baptize him, and later stated that Hong's followers were bent on making their burlesque religious pretensions serve their political purpose. Soon after, Hong began preaching across Guangxi in 1844. His follower Feng Yanchen founded the God-worshipping society, a movement which followed Hong's fusion of Christianity, Taoism, Confucianism, and indigenous millenarianism, which Han presented as a restoration of the ancient Chinese faith in Shangdi. The Taiping faiths, says one historian, developed into a dynamic new Chinese religion. Taiping Christianity. The movement at first grew by suppressing groups of bandits and pirates in southern China in the late 1840s, then suppression by Qing authorities led it to evolve into guerrilla warfare and subsequently a widespread civil war. Eventually, two other god worshippers claimed to possess the ability to speak as members of the celestial family, the Father in the case of Yang Shuqing and Jesus Christ in the case of Zikeogui. Thanks for watching and subscribe to our channel for more videos.